Alright, so we're back out here at the pond. I've kind of scoped out where I want to put it. I want to put it kind of in this area right here. One drawback I discovered right away is this cord is kind of short. So you need a little extension cord. I happen to have one on hand. Probably not the best for outdoor, but that's what we got right now. So anyway, that's where we're going to put it. Now for my test, I'm just going to take my tape measure, and it's got a pretty good size end on it, and I'm going to stick it down in the water, and we're going to see how far down it goes before I can't see the end anymore, and I'll use that for my gauge. So if I stick it in here, so the end has basically disappeared at about 3 inches. I can't see it anymore. I know you probably can't see that. So about 3 inches and the end of it disappears. So that'll be our starting point. So let me go ahead, plug my extension cord into my pump. There we go. Now remember, it says that this end right here has to be out of the water, I guess, to pull air in. That's another reason I'm going to put it right here. I can run it up through the rocks. Maybe we won't get too many critters crawling in there. So let me see if I can get this put down in there. And really, I don't know if the placement of it is going to make a huge difference. And we'll find out. Acts like it wants to float. I know it'll probably be useless to put the suction cups on it. And I would definitely hate to reach in this murky water and grab a snake, because we have snakes out here. I've already encountered one black snake at the pond. Thankfully he didn't eat any fish. I don't know if they eat fish. But they are bite-sized, so he probably would enjoy them. Okay, so now it looks like it's sunk, but now my tube is too far down. So let's try to get him over here. Alright, tell you what, we'll just hook it up. See if I can get this between a rock to hold it. And we'll just hook it up, see if we get some water pumping through there. Maybe it'll feel like sinking. It's not the best looking setup, but hopefully this won't be permanent. Okay, so our indicator light is on. And there's the air bubbles. So it's definitely pumping. Now it's wanting to sink better, I thought. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll jam it up under this rock. Out of sight. Maybe a smaller rock will hold it down. Oh, that's working. And the light is definitely on. Hope I didn't block your view during that entire deal. I feel like I did. So anyway, let's take a look. So I've got it kind of just sitting on the shallow part of the water there with a rock on it. Sucking that water in, filtering it through the UV. I imagine it'll probably take a few days, but we'll keep an eye on it and I'll keep you updated. And I might even try to make it a little neater so I don't have extension cords and air lines and everything else running everywhere. So anyway, like I said, we'll leave it at that, and I'll check it daily with the tape measure, see if we get a similar reading or if it's noticeably clearer, and we'll let you know. Alright, so here we are 24 hours later. I'm gonna freehand this so it might be a little shaky. We did have a lot of rain last night, and also it's been kind of partly cloudy all day today. A little bit of sun, you can see it's still kind of cloudy, but you know, we still had some pretty good sun today. So let's go ahead and check our clarity here. So yesterday we were at 3 inches. Now let me turn this around. So today we're at 3 inches. I can still see the end of the tape measure. Just keep going. I'll call that 4, maybe 4.5. So it did clear up a little bit. I'm not going to say it was all from the UV clarifier, which still seems to be working. The indicator light is on, and she's still pumping back there. Now, one thing I did do yesterday, after I finished videoing yesterday, I went down there and was messing with it, and I had it cut all the way back, and I did turn it just full blast, and it's been running for 24 hours. They did say to run it for 14 hours at a time. I'm going to run it 24 hours a day for the next few days just to see what it does. I mean, if it burns the light up, it burns it up. So we're going to test the robustness of it. But we'll check back tomorrow and see where we're at. And hopefully it'll be nice and sunny all day so we can really put this thing to the test. Alright, welcome back. It's been 48 hours since we put in the UV clarifier. It's been partly cloudy most of the day. You can see the fish. Looks like the water's cleared up a little bit. Let's give them some food there. It's visibly more clear. So let's go ahead and stick our tape measure in there and compare it to yesterday and the day before. So I'm going to turn this around. So here we go, and it disappears right about, I'm gonna call that 6.5, where I can't really see it anymore. So it's clearing up, but one thing I did notice, I don't know if it's from just the overcast days we've been having. Maybe the filters had time to work on the algae. But here's one thing I did notice. My fountain and my little waterfall are both going kind of slow, like the filters are clogged up. So maybe the clarifier is killing the algae, and it says when the algae starts to die, it'll clump together. And so maybe it is getting stuck in the filter. So here in a little bit, I'm going to pull those filters out, wash them out real good, and stick them back in there. And And I don't know, like I said, maybe this thing is working, but we'll find out. We'll give it a few more days. All right, there's the filters out of my fountain, and so I cleaned these out maybe 2 weeks ago, and before that I hadn't cleaned them out in probably a month, and they look nowhere near that bad. Looks like we got a couple tadpoles here. Get in that water. Maybe the fish will eat them. But yeah, so that's telling me something's happening. Because like I said, even putting the clarifier in there, I'm not the clarifier, but the algae side filters didn't clog up like that. So like I said, maybe something's happening. We're gonna clean these, put them back in, and give it another day or so, see what's going on. Alright, so here it is, day 3. It was another hot day, full sun practically all day. The UV clarifier has been running for 3 days now. Water's looking a lot better. I did clean the filters yesterday. Had a lot of sludge in them. I can't help but believe that this thing is killing the algae, and it's actually starting to get caught up in the filter now. So my fish, throw them a little food there. Hey, you can actually see the plant pots in the bottom. You can see my fish real good now. I believe this thing is working out. So real quick, let's put the water clarity meter in there. Let's see where we're at today. Oh man. So there's the, you can see there's the piece on the end. I'm gonna call that at least 8. Yeah, maybe close to 9. We'll say 8.5. We'll split the difference. So, you know, like I said, it's not scientific, but I mean, it's obviously clearing up. Plants look good, and actually my miniature bamboo, which I thought was dead, is actually sprouting back to life. And I mean, I was on the verge of throwing these out because I thought maybe they just, you know, weren't suited for the pond or whatever. You know, my other plants are doing great. Water lilies doing great. Fish doing great. No adverse effects so far, other than some clear water. So we'll give it a couple more days, and like I said, if it continues like this, we might do a little water change, kind of help it along. But like I said, I want to give it a few days on its own, just running the clarifier. You know, like I said, it's still spitting water out, and want to give it a few days running by itself just to test the clarifier itself. Like I said, so far looks like it's doing its job, so we'll check back again tomorrow. Alright, so it's day 4, and as you can see, I mean, it's a noticeable difference. A little food there. Had this thing running for 4 days straight. I did clean my filters out, but for the most part, it's been hot, sunny. The sun's on this thing for the first part of the day. I think it works, you know. Maybe a little water change will help get some of that other cloudiness out. You know, I don't think it's going to make it perfect on its own, but as a prevention measure, I would imagine if you had some nice clean water and you run this thing a few hours a day, I believe the rating on the pump was 800 liters per hour. So you're talking, you know, maybe close to a little less than 200 gallons an hour. If you run this for just a few hours a day on some nice clear water, I think it would maintain it. So anyway, one final time, let's stick our water clarity device down here. And well, there's a plant right there, so you can see the end. Keep going, keep going. I mean, we're at 11 inches and I can still see it. I don't know how far the bottom is, 13 something. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'll call it right there. I'd say almost a foot, 12 inches. And I think we started out at just a few inches, well, maybe 3. Yeah, I can actually see the rocks in the bottom now. I can see my fish, and I've got my lights on there. And before, at night, you couldn't even hardly see the lights. Now, you can see a glow in the corner because I have them in each corner. And you can see a little glow. And last night I was out here and you know, it was nice and bright. I could see my fish. So like I said, right now it's like my waterfall is not doing too great, which I haven't been too pleased with that anyway. But I put that in there because I could stick the filter material in there, and I might just do away with that. I don't know. But as far as the UV clarifier, I'm gonna call that a win. I'm gonna say that's a pretty good bargain. I think it was right at 50 bucks. And like I said, I'm gonna do a water change and just run this thing kind of like in a maintenance mode, just a few hours a day. And I think it'll keep my pond clear. So I'll put the product information in the link below. If you're having a similar problem, maybe it can help you out. Like I said, I tried a couple other products, nothing really worked. But for the money, I think I got a pretty good deal. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you got any questions, post them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.